Hello guys, and welcome back to another video with myself, Warframe Elite. Today, I am going to go over a updated guide on how to mod your weapons, primary weapons, secondary weapons, and melee weapons. We're doing it all three in one today, because I said I was going to do melee, said I was going to do secondary, but I never got around to do it, so today I'm going to do it all. So right now I am here in the pretty much the sanctum. No, not the sanctum, the sanctuary. But I'm in the pretty much the testing on the Elite Lancer. These are not steel path because actually they are steel path. Okay. So we're just going to test it out. So we're here to test out the damage. So we go into Revenant. Revenant is a tank, as everyone knows. No mods whatsoever on him. No mods on the weapon whatsoever. So we are going to go and we're going to test out the damage on this here, right? Doing 15 damage, right? No way are we going to kill anyone with that. So let's go and pretty much put on mods that we need, right? So let's go into the Brat and Prem, and we're going to concentrate on what we need the most. That's base damage. That is obviously, say, Infected Clip or Hellfire. So this is an elemental damage. It now adds a new element to the in this case a new factor to the weapon, and that creates heat. So in this case I'm going to go for Toxin. And then we want to get base damage, and we have the Infected Clip, the elemental damage, the element damage. We want to multiply this, and that's critical damage. Okay, so we have all this. So let's go and now test out the damage. $648. Well, that's a big increase. And now we also have a Toxin proc. Now we have 67. Now we got Slash, 109 of the damage tick. So as you can see, it's now 648. It's now getting damage. Perfect. Okay. So let's go back over here. And we are going to go back in and add more to this weapon. Now we have base, we have our crit damage, we have an Infected Clip. Now, what are we going to add to make this damage do even more? Now, what I like to do is, whenever it comes to weapons like this, I like to look at the base crit, the base status, and obviously the base crit damage. I like to pretty much go for a DOT build or go for a corrosive heat build. What do you mean by that? Okay, so I'll show you the DOT. DOT stands for damage over time effect. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the mod that I like to use, and that's the 60/60 mod right here. Now I have created an element called Viral. Viral is an element that where it does a 325% damage increase to the health when this is stacked 10 times. That's okay. So, but how do I increase this? So, I want to take off this Infected Clip and put on this 60/60 mod right here. I want this to do as much status procking as possible, keep the same base damage, keep the same viral sense, and then keep viral. But now I want this to crit. So I have a good crit chance base. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go and get a critical mod. So it's a critical chance increase. Okay, so we're going to have, hold on, critical delay, there it is. So we get critical delay, we put the critical delay on, we get a hit in our fire rate. So that'll be 7.67 that we go down to. That's okay. So we now crit, we now have a viral, we now have a crit damage increase, and a base. Let's test this out. That went up. Now the viral is proccing, and that's 1.9, 1.5, 2k. It's now starting to do more damage. Now I did a orange crit as well, as you see. It's 2.4, 3.6, 3.2. You see, when you have 10 stacks of viral, it does increase damage to the health, as you've seen right there. So I now want to add more on to this weapon. So right here, how do you add more onto this weapon? Okay, so what we need to do is we want to go for a DOT build. That's going to hurt. Okay, so I want to go and put on rifle elements right here, put it right here, and then we want to add a couple of more things. Now there's another way that I can do this, and that's going for the thermal range right here. This is the thermal range that we can go for. We now have heat, viral, puncher, and IPS. This is good. This is what I wanted. And then the last one could be, say, more like fire rates. Honestly, whatever works for you. So you can put on whatever you want. Obviously, we're trying to interpret a bleed, a DOT build. If you want to proc slash all the time, like have it there, like have it keep going, you can put on 100 munitions. Your decision, entirely up to you. Or you can go for a magnetic to strip. Entirely up to you. This is your flex one right here. Now this is what I would do. It's personally me, and that's the way I like it. So let's go and test this out for the last time. We'll do 930 straight away. So 18k with the max, 12k, right? Okay, so I'm quite happy with that we're slicing all the time. DOT is looking good, okay. But there's a problem with this build, and you've probably noticed it. 100 munitions is not needed, right? But if you want it, you can have it. It's perfectly right there. I want to proc as much as I can and have it shooting as much as I can. So let's add in a mod called Split Chamber. I can shoot a 90% multi shot. This is really, really good. Okay, so now we have got this. We're gonna go and hopefully test this out. Do you see the big increase? Big increase, 100%. It now proc 2 statuses. Big increase. Big increase. And then we'll keep going. And there we'll have it. There you go. More and more damage. That is what you want. Okay. So we have the fundamentals down to how the mod. Pretty much your star chart. So how do you mod Steel Path? Well, everything starts to change where everything becomes more multiplicative. You get more, so Split Chamber becomes galvanized. The rifle analyst, or you can go for this one here. So what I'm going to do is I want the galvanized aptitude in for the increase. So we are going to put you there, and then we're going to have galvanized aptitude. The reason why is we can pretty much keep the same build as it is. But this time, go to your arcane. Your arcane is now going to be Primary Deadhead. Primary Deadhead will give you multiplicative on your headshot. Galvanized aptitude is a direct damage increase. This is additive. We have no base damage bar Primary Deadhead. So if this keeps cracking, this is our damage we're going to get. And whenever this loses 20, so let me say loses all the stacks, you get 24%. 24 seconds, sorry, it all disappears. But we have all this. But we want to go for a DOT build, and that is heat and slash. So we want to have as much as we can. So viral, heat, puncher, impact, slash. This is what we want. Okay, perfect. So how does this pretty much fit in to where the build does more damage? well. Let's go and test it out. Okay, so no buffs, no nothing. We're just gonna kill. There it is. So now we're starting to do more damage. Now, if you want to have, say, for example, your Incarnon. So because the Brabant Prime has an Incarnon, we could look at the Incarnon side of things, and then we scroll down. Here is all the Incarnons. So this is now became a complete other different type of fish. We have all the multiplicative stuff. We've got everything up and running, and now we are going to try. We're going to kill all the enemies, and then we're going to simulate them again. But this time, we're going to go and use the Incarnon as well with the same build. So we're going to do no damage, no damage. So there's a galvanized stack. There is a primary deadhead stack. So there's another one. So there's the 3 stacks. So see the way it's starting to hurt more. Okay, right. So let's go to an Incarnon. Yeah, that's literally with the Brabant Prime and an Incarnon. No Riven, no nothing. This is the build that I've just literally put together right here. This here is the build that I use. It is all the same. I use this build all the time, and it's good. I use Primary Merciless. This build is just there. This is the build that I've just literally put together for you whenever it comes to modding your primary weapon. This is how I do it. Okay, so let's go on to the pistol. I'll see you in a second. Okay guys, welcome back. We're now on the secondary, and now this is the Sicarus Prime. The Sicarus Prime is also an Incarnon, but it also has IPS. The Riven distribution in this here is not the best, but I use it because of the crit damage and the minus thing, but we're not talking about that now. Okay, so let's talk about the fundamentals of what you need, and that is base damage. We go for crit damage. Obviously this is Star Chart, not Steel Path. We go for the crit damage. Where is the crit damage? I don't even have it, because you know what, I'm just going to put this one on. So we'll go for Target Cracker. So we put the crit damage. It's actually a lot shorter than this, and then we go for an elemental, so an element. So that would be, say, I'll go for cold this time since it's right there in front of me. So everything is looking good. Everything's good, and now what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to test this out. So we're going to pretty much kill everything off and simulate. Oh, I cleared everything. Okay, that was my bad. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, we're back. So now we're going to go and simulate everything here with the Sicarus Prime. Sicarus Prime, 1.7k ready, 205. So I see we're doing nothing. Alright. So let's go in and now add more things, right? So we're going to make it a wee bit faster because I've already shown you on the primary weapon and what everything and what it all does. We are going to go and mod this the way we mod it in the last one. So let's go and get what we need, and then I will show you why I've done this. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, we are back, and this is the build that we put together for the Star Chart. So let's go and test this out. But as you can see, I have corrosive and heat. If you don't know what corrosive does, corrosive literally strips 80% of the target's armor. As you can see, there is a misses the percentage, but it literally says corrosive temporarily removes up to 80% of the target's armor value with multiple stacks. So, and obviously heat is DOT. So let's go and test this out. Okay, so let's try and test this out, see what we can get. So yeah, so the target's armor is being removed, but by the time that target armor gets removed, they are already down. So this is where it becomes a bit of a problem. So this is why you go for a DOT build, because it shreds. So this is the build for that, and that is literally a StarTart Sicarus Prime build. Obviously, you can interpolate this into all of the rest of your builds, but this is just a build that I've literally put together. Okay, so how do you turn this into a Steel Path build that will literally shred? So I'll be right back and show you a Steel Path build. Okay guys, we're back, and we'll come back to the Sicarus Prime Steel Path build. Yes, so we don't have any base damage increase. The base damage increase coming from the Saccharine Deadhead gives you headshot multiplier. We have the galvanized shot. We still have the same, but this time we have moved the electric mod onto here. We also brought in a Sicarus Riven that gives you the critical damage. We've got pistol galment. We got multi-shot, galvanized, magnetic for more crit damage. And yes, we're not using primed target cracker. If you really want to use primed target cracker, we could do this. Actually, no, we can't, because there's not enough. So we have magnetic might instead, but you can't take this off and put that there. And then we got scorch. So we have heat, corrosive, puncture, magnetic, impact, and slice. So we're going to do a lot more damage. And so let's see how this works out. So we got the galvanized stack. We also got the deadhead stack. So there you have it. That's a one stack. So we're fully stacked up. So we're fully stacked up, and we're one-shotting these guys in one burst. Right? Okay, so that is from this here. So the Sicarus Prime. This is from the Sicarus Prime. So now let's talk about its incarnate. So go into its incarnate form. It's got 5 now. It's 126. It does 8 times, 60% chance. Everything is the same. We have the base critical chance increase with all the reload speed. We've got everything. All right. So let's actually go and put this to the test with also its incarnate as well. So let's get it all stacked up. So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. So we'll kill this guy off, and then we'll go into incarnate. Yeah, everything dies. Yep, that's Sicarus Prime. That is literally the Sicarus Prime. So yeah, that is literally a Sicarus Prime. So let's move on to the melee. See you then. Okay guys, I'm back. So I'm going to showcase how to mod your melee. We're going to go for the Echidna Prime. The Echidna Prime base, everything 32.6, 36% on the status, and it also has IPS. There we go, perfect. So how does this all mix into pretty much what it does? Now, melee are completely different. So, first thing we're going to do, we're going to go and put on a stance. Firstly, for me, I don't care about stances, but some combos have force procs. So, you can see what force procs, impact, slash, sliced impact, we got all that. Everything has its own little niche. For me, I don't care, but if you care about it force packing while it's on its combo, work away. But we're gonna go for its stance. Obviously, when you do, you get an increase in your capacity. Right now, we're going to talk about the starter, the weapon. So let's test out the weapon as it is, as a whole. Right. So we're going to go and kill and then simulate. So we're going to simulate all of these enemies and then we're going to melee. Right. So as you can see, I'm doing 184, 225, 30, 38 non-crit. So I'm physically procking slice. So this is a slice-based weapon, and it's just slicing away. So this tells me that it's good. So let's mod it a bit. Let's change it up a bit. Let's give it some mods, and let's see what we can do. So first things first, we want to give it a base damage increase. So that will be pressure point. Obviously, completely different. We're going to go for its crit damage, and then we're going to go for an element. Right, so let's go for the element. We're obviously going to go for electricity. Why not? Everyone knows what's going to happen here. Right, so we've got everything. Pressure point, we got crit damage, and then we've got electricity. Let's go and test it out now. Oh, that's a big increase there. Holy crap. That's a big increase. A very big increase. Nice. Using electricity as well, I can see. Okay, so we've got pretty much what we need. Now, we want to put more on this. Now, there's ways that we can do this. So we have everything. Now, if you want to do more damage for your slash, you can go for viral if you desire. You can put on, say, attack speed. So let's go for fury for the attack speed. You can put on the crit damage that you have. You can put on, say, a heavy efficiency. You can put on Grenier. You can put on pretty much anything that you want, right? When it comes to modding your weapon. So realistically, you're going to get Berserker Fury quite easily if you play your cards right. So Berserker Fury is going to go 1. Blood Rush you're going to get, and then we're going to apply Weeping Wounds as well, because you will be getting Weeping Wounds when you go into Deimos, because that's where you get it. There's a lot of people that are going to go towards the Deimos, and then we're going to go on the deal priorities. Why we're going to go on the deal priorities? Because you get an Ellimist mod as well, because this also helps towards electricity and slash. And then we're going to go on to do, if you are struggling with a wee bit of health, you can always go for that juicy freaking lifesteal for the heavy attack. Entirely up to you. If you want to heavy attack as well, you can actually go and put on the heavy attack if you desire. Entirely up to you. Entirely up to you. Reflex bond, lifesteal. There you go. Heavy attack. Okay, so let's go and test it out now. So starting to do a wee bit more damage in status damage. I've now killed, so I'm starting to attack faster. I'm now hitting the orange crits. There you go. Okay, let's go over here. Keep continuing on the Fury. So now I'm hitting the orange crits. I'm doing at least 1.k. Everything is looking good. All of the status that we're procking, and we have Blood Rush and everything. So I'm gonna go here, and then we're gonna kill these guys. So I lost the combo, but look at the status that we're packing. It's crazy, right? Okay, let's go and do a wee bit more modding on the Akina Prime. So this is a basic star chart build that you can use. Now, let's move on to a Steel Path side of things. So, guys, I'll be right back and put a Steel Path build together for you that goes straight in to show you what the build does. I'll see you then. Okay, guys, we're back. And right here is a steel path build right here. Now, this is a basic steel path. Well, not basic steel path, this is the steel path build, but this time I've changed pressure point for condition overload. The reason why is because we have a lot of status chance. We have took off the weeping wounds and put on the elements, because we will be proccing a lot of statuses because we get a 4 stacks. So we're going to have pretty much over 100% of the efficiency whenever the kills get stacked up. So let's go and put all of this, what we have together, to the test. This is the Okina mod. We have a status chance, critical damage, so we're looking for the crit damage. So we've got it. Realistically, you want to go for electricity mod and its internal combo. I personally like this mod the way it is, so I don't think I'm going to be changing it, but let's get in and kill people. Okay, so I have spawned heavy gunners because I've got a funny feeling that this is going to be over in no time because I'm using melee influence. So let's go. Get it all stacked up. Yeah, yep. So these stacks are ready. I just proc melee influence fast and I hit them red crits. So, yeah, they're dead. And I can't even showcase anything else because they literally die so fast. I lost my stacks. So let's build it up. So yeah, they literally die so fast. So what I'm going to do is we're going to spawn them again. And we're going to go from this side right over. And we're going to go and add in the incarnate form as well. So we're going to do the full rotation of them all getting killed. So there's the melee influence cracking. So we're going to go in. So straight away they're dead. And then we're going to go over here. And then we're going to heavy attack. So everything should start to die. So now I'm in my incarnate form. So yeah. That is just it. The Okina Prime is pretty good. That's how I would mod it for Steel Path because of its DOTs and the electricity, the electricity pretty much is its own like stun, as it says. It applies the stun effect, dealing damage over time, so it's pretty good. We're using melee influence. It's just completely and utterly basic. Not to have melee influence on this, but the good thing about this incarnate is that it literally gives you spectral daggers that target applying max cold stacks. This freezes your enemies in place. Yeah, that's the reason why I like this melee and the Okina Prime with this melee. This is how I have modded for Steel Path. But yes, guys, that is going to be the end of this guide on how to mod your weapon, your primary, secondary, and your melee. I do hope that this video has helped you. It's quite long, I do apologize, but please leave a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I will be leaving all of my links in the bio below. That is my Twitch, Discord, and the new coming TikTok. Please go over and show some love. Follow me on the TikTok, follow me on the Twitch. Can't even speak English. Follow me on the Twitch. Come and join me in the Discord. We are growing, and I mean we are growing. The community is growing, and I hope to see you part of this journey. I'm here to help as much people as I can. The goal is to get 500 subs, and there will be a big giveaway. That is 1,200 platinum up for grabs for the Gemini skin. So the old saying is, if you're not in, you can't win. Until then, guys, I will see you on the next one. Peace.